I want to focus on Steph Curry for a second because LeBron's been on multiple teams. Steph Curry went to a college that not many people knew about. He got offered to transfer. He stayed there, right? He stayed there. That's a key part of this, right? We know this.
He said they didn't want me then. I don't want them right now.
He could have transferred to a bigger school. Nah, Davidson, staying here.
I like that mentality, honestly. I can't wait for other places and people to kiss my ass.
Teamed up.
It drives me. It motivates me, for real.
You know,
you want to deal with me now? Kiss my ass. That's the best feeling ever. Yeah. That's what Steph Curry basically did. Oh, now you want me?
What happened?
Nah.
Nike called him Stephon Curry. He's like, nah, I'm going with Under Armour. Beat it.
I like that.
So every step of the way, Steph has paved his own path.
And showed loyalty.
Davidson, Under Armour. As the joke and meme goes from years ago, other than using Chris Mullin on NBA Jam, the only Golden State Warriors fan was the late, great Danny Tanner, Bob Saget wearing that Warriors jacket once in a while. Because no one really cared too much about the Warriors. He took a team that most casual fans back then were like, Golden State, where is that? Made him a franchise dynasty.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now
changed it all. And not only changed the team, changed the game.
Yeah,
incredible.
The same way when we were kids, there was always one kid in the crew that was rocking a Jordan 23. Every little crew of kids now, there's one Steph fan. One kid that's got his Golden State jersey. I have friends who have little kids. They all have Steph Curry jerseys. I'm setting this up to just point out that he's 36 years old, took the Warriors from obscurity to dynasty. If they lose tonight, the 9-10 do-or-die play-in game, I think it's symbolic of let's call it a day. The whole Draymond, Clay.
I can see what's happening.
Steph. I mean, it really is, to quote the
Clay don't have a clue.
The Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary. This was the Last Dance, right? I don't think those three are ever on the same team
build
again.
Around him. He's got 2 years left.
So here's my question for you: if you're Steph Curry and you're 36, and maybe you got a couple more good years to compete, still got that shot. You'll lose something along the way. If you're Steph Curry.
Yeah, but that shot's the last to go.
Are you open to the idea of leaving Golden State? And would you blame him? This is not a guy. I
think that's the bigger
question. This is not a Kevin Durant.
Would you be okay with him chasing another chip with another team?
This is not a Kevin Durant, I'm going to form super teams and try to win. Golden State, Brooklyn, everything he did. This is not LeBron, 4 teams. This is... this is a situation where if Steph Curry left, I don't think anyone would blame him. Would you?
Wouldn't blame him, but we were talking about this earlier, and I agree with Danny G. With Steph in particular, you already built up the fact that he's loyal and he sticks with his teams. It's really hard to see him on another team. Him specifically. You already said it. LeBron played on other teams. You could pick a team in your brain that you picture him with. Durant. He played on several teams. Steph Curry, it's hard to picture him with another team.
And by the way, I said LeBron.
It really is.
I said LeBron 4 teams. What I meant was 4 stints with teams like Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, Lakers.
I feel that's the only difference here. It's him. It's extremely hard to see him in another jersey.
DB, would you blame Steph if he said, I'd like to move on?
If it was for another title contender, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the reason I say that is because I could see something at the end of his career if it got to the point to be like, hey, grew up in North Carolina. My dad played for the Hornets. I'm a Panthers fan. From that area, I'll go play for the Hornets maybe the final couple years. I can get that. Maybe help that team have a little bit more of a profile. But if he was to go to a title contender, to chase just another ring, it would feel... It wouldn't sit well with me.
Is it because he has championships? Because let me flip it on this way. Mike Trout has been loyal as could be to the Angels, who have just failed to really put a contender around him. if Mike Trout's like, guys, listen, I gave it my all. I'd like to go compete.
Like Dame Lillard back to the
Like,
NBA.
would you like? You
I'm
wanna
fine
blame,
with that.
You want to blame Mike Trout, but because Steph has had success here, it's almost like you don't need to
his
chase
team.
one. You have 4.
It's his team. Like it's you could really argue it's his franchise for what they've at least in recent history for what he is.
You could argue there's no.
I think for
you could
who he
argue
is, they got to build around him and let him play it out there.
You could argue the branding,
It'd be a fail to lose him.
the arena, the branding, everything is because Steph brought what he did to the team. I think that team looks completely different, may even play in an old arena. I think everything about the Warriors was elevated because of Steph and what he did.
Like, is it worth like not having your full career be with the Warriors just to go and get another ring from another team that you don't have any attachment to, that nobody's really going to say is a part of yours? I don't think so. I think that there's value in being, and I just said, like with the Hornets, I felt it would be a different scenario, but I think that the best option is probably to be a lifelong Warrior.
It'd be
and everything that comes with
a
it.
fail for the organization to lose him. So you have to build around them.
I'm just saying, a team that's
He's got 2 years left. You have to do it.
And I'll just say this. I do think, because this is something that we've talked about lately, this current athlete, this generation, doesn't mind just wanting to see what the other side of the grass is like. What's it like to suit up in another locker room? For as much as Tom Brady was motivated to want to show that he didn't need Bill Belichick, I'm also sure he just wanted to see what it was like on another squad, just like Aaron Rodgers had wanted out. So it wouldn't be completely foreign. I just would hope that he wouldn't do it in trying to just chase another ring, because his legacy in my eyes would not be changed whether he won another ring elsewhere or didn't win one.
Right,
with
and he's
Golden
won
State.
already.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Let's play fairy tales for a second.
Sure.
I'm going to give you a couple
How do you play this?
Fairy tales?
Yeah.
Close your eyes and take off your pants. No. Let me give you a couple teams. You tell me if Steph, somehow a deal was worked out, draft picks, money. I'm going to give you a couple teams. You tell me if you'd be like butthurt, sad, pumped for him, weak move, cool move. You tell me, okay? What if Steph, via trade in a year, ended up being that shooter that the Knicks need, and he went to New York and brought that excitement to Madison Square Garden?
That's a big time move, huh?
Danny G, is that a move
Steph
that you'd
in New
say,
York is
ooh,
big time?
Yeah, but I'm with Bayer on this one.
Me
I
too.
just can't see him in another jersey.
Knicks, though, there's something about that.
For some weird reason, it would rub me the wrong way because he is the Warriors.
Yeah, I agree with DB. So
what if Mark Cuban's like, yo, Steph, join Kyrie, join Luka, bring that 3-point shot to South
He's not the
Texas.
type of guy that should be moving to join anybody. People should be moving to join him.
I also feel like the Warriors front office has done a pretty good job reloading the team when they need to. This offseason, if they could get a couple of good young shooters, one big, they'll be able to make a run again for the end of his career.
They've also aligned the contracts of Steve Kerr and Steph Curry to be together over these next couple of years.
Yeah,
After that, who knows?
He said he didn't want to play for anyone but Steve Kerr, but who knows if that changes. But you know what? Let's also not get it twisted. When a big star is and I hate to say this because I'm sure they're nice places. They might be our affiliates too. But when Giannis is in Milwaukee and LeBron's in Cleveland, it's a little trickier to get a big guy to say, a big free agent or someone to, hey, I want to go to Cleveland, Ohio. No offense, Cleveland. But living in the San Francisco Bay Area, expensive, but I mean, sort of not a bad place to be.
They say the heart of rock and roll is in Cleveland.
You don't think, I was saying, you don't think it's easier to lure a big free agent to the Bay Area than it is to Milwaukee?
It depends. Like, Giannis likes Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think.
By the way, I mean,
it's not that expensive, you guys. Did you see the Cupertino, California shack that I sent you?
Yes.
I'm not talking shack diesel. I'm talking a shack as in one bedroom. And the little crappy house, it was like 350 square feet, is going for $2 million.
$2 million, expensive, and
that's an outhouse.
People aren't saying a lot of nice things about the living situations out there nowadays.
Oakland's dangerous to live in.
Yeah, they're having a lot of problems
so it's not
in
as
the
much
Bay
of a
Area.
pull as you're making it out to be.
Does the WNBA have a team in the Bay Area?
They will. They're going to
How
expand.
for $70,000 a year? How are the girls going to afford it?
Right? No, they're going to be the expansion team. They're going to be
They're going to have to have a dorm.
Look, I have family still who live in the Bay Area, and they are not happy with crime and the schools right now. They're having a lot of issues raising their kids there at the moment.
You know what? Maybe Steph could use that as an out if this doesn't work out. Like guys, like my kids in the school district.
Yeah, I don't think Steph lives
I don't think it's any more
close to any
appealing
of the
than
issues.
Cleveland or anywhere else at this point.
I think guys care more about money, honestly, than location.
Yeah, he's got legacy already.
I don't
He's
think
got
location like it's way cheaper to live in Wisconsin or if you're a Kansas City Chief, like you're going there to win a title and you're going there to make a boatload of cash.
Yeah, all right. So let's wrap this with this, and then we'll get to Shaq Diesel trivia, talk a little MLB. But if you are like, all right, when you're at the end of your career,
hold on.
Okay,
you're pulling one of those moves I said I hate. We all agree with DB. It would be weird to see him in a different jersey chasing a ring when he already has 4 of them.
Oh, I'm telling you.
So what about you?
I think there is no shame in this guy saying, listen, I've done everything for this town, for this city, for this organization. If you feel like we're going to rebuild over the next couple of years, I'm 36. Rebuilding's not what Steph Curry's all about right now. If he did join the likes of Luka and Kyrie in Dallas, or he's like, Devin Booker, what's Phoenix like? Tell me about it. Hey, can I go to New York? I don't think it's crazy that Steph had a 2-year end of his career, a little run somewhere, and tried to get title number 5. Title number 5 puts him in that category with Kobe, Timmy Duncan, a bunch of people. So
you're saying he's earned like your respect, our respect as a player, that whatever choice he makes is okay.
I feel like
Steph Curry, he can do what he wants. If he wants to keep winning and he wants to play for a winning organization, he doesn't see it with the Warriors anymore, then we have to be understanding of that.
I agree with
I see your side, but I can't see that happening.
I agree with you and Dan Byer in the fact that it would look odd, and I don't know, and I don't think he'll do it, but I wouldn't blame him. I would never look at it as it's like when Kevin Durant was chasing a chip.
The difference is he won already. When you see these moves most of the time and you're accepting and understanding of it, it's because they never had that opportunity. That's the difference.
Would you look at it different if Golden State told Steph, like, hey man, we're not going to acquire a big free agent. We're gonna reassess and get some draft equity, and we're going to look a little more towards the future. At that point, if it looks like it was the Warriors that were pushing it, would you feel different then? I think so, right?
If it was the Warriors, yeah, that changes it. That changes it a little bit, but I don't see it happening.
When you've won,
again, we're talking about if the Warriors lose, is the writing on the wall. He's got 2 years left on his contract. He's 36 years old. Your thoughts?
Compare two people, and then we'll take the feedback.
Yeah.
Danny, LeBron James, he's won 4, right? 2 with Miami, 1 with Cleveland, 1 with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Steph has won 4. At this stage of both of their careers, it seems like LeBron's priority is finding a way to play with his son one day and maybe trying to find one more championship, right?
And then going on to own a team.
Yeah. Steph, what's his priority? To just be that guy that played 15, 20 years and for one team? Or would he be that guy? Listen, it's very hard to find the guy in the NBA nowadays that's on one team for that long.
You know what that's like? It's like people that marry their high school sweetheart. Like, it's nice, but you rarely see it anymore.
I don't think it would matter, but what do you think Draymond and Clay would think? Because they all seem tied together.
Yeah.
I mean, like Steph's the Barry Gibb, of the three. But like, what would the other? What would they think of like?
Especially Clay, because I know the two of them are really tight, Steph and Clay.
I'm sure they'd be fine with it, but I would just have to think that there would be something of, because they are tied with that 4 when they won it a couple of years ago, and those 3 were the ones that could hold up. Hey, the 4 look. There seems to be a brotherhood there.
Well, hey.
There is a brotherhood.
NBA getting exciting right now.